Hi there, it's Valentine's Day, a day about love. Children make cards for their parents and sweethearts hope their romantic gestures are going to go viral. Great loves are celebrated. Gone with the Wind's Rhett and Scarlet. Twilight Saga's Edward and Bella. Of course, there's Romeo and Juliet. And never forget Harry Potter and Hermione, but they never became a couple, even though we all hoped they would become one. But all of them are fictional, so let's talk about someone real. Let's talk about Desmond. You know, he should have been born on Valentine's Day because his love was beyond amazing, but he was born a week early. He did, however, put it all on the line and should be an inspiration to you. But memories are short, and I'll prove it. You don't even know his name, now do you? Now that's sad because there's a major motion picture, a documentary, 4 books, and even a comic book about him. He'd enlisted in World War II, but the Army did everything they could to get him out of the service, including a Section 8 for being crazy because he refused to carry a gun or to kill. He wanted to serve as a medic and wound up saving a lot of lives as one. This earned him a Congressional Medal of Honor. All congressional medals are won the hard way. Desmond's was earned on Okinawa. The 77th Division had been forced to retreat from a heavily fortified plateau that the Japanese had turned into a killing zone. But Desmond stayed behind. All night long, he crawled underneath the Japanese machine guns to drag away horribly wounded men, and then he lowered each down a cliff using a rope harness that he had invented. And he did this all by himself. The Army planned to storm back onto Hacksaw Ridge on a Saturday morning, but that was Desmond's day of prayer. So the entire division waited until Desmond finished reading his Bible. Now that's unbelievable, but it's true. Desmond loved God, his country, his fellow man, and his wife Dorothy. His love gave him the strength to believe in himself. It gave him the power of his convictions and the courage to act on them. The lesson is that strength is not just a matter of muscle. Desmond Doss never weighed more than 145 pounds, but the love of his brothers let him not only risk his life, but be Hercules. Every time he saved a man, he would pray, "Lord, let me get just one more." And he did, 75 times in that one night. And by the way, a month later, a grenade put 17 pieces of shrapnel into Desmond. As he was being carried off of that bloody battlefield, he rolled off his stretcher to give it to an even more badly wounded soldier. You know, and he was rewarded. A Japanese sniper shattered his arm with a bullet. You can't make this up. We must always honor our soldier heroes, always, with parades and more. And another, by the way, why do some become famous and not others? Why Valley Forge and not Jockey Hollow? Why an American sniper, Chris Kyle, and not a medic? Who should we remember? Tell us, please. And the last, by the way, Valentine's Day is also remembered for mobsters being massacred. Al Capone's alibi was that he was on the phone with the police. The garage he was standing in became a bagel shop, and I remember it because it had great bagels. I am Mike for the Be More Better team. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Please comment, like, subscribe if you haven't, but always, always be more better. Body, mind, and spirit, and then be even more better when you love enough to change the world. And now a shout out to Aman, Badia, Jude, and Sana. This has been a pleasure. Until the next time, bye now.